Hello, Internet! Welcome to Two and a Half Brains. This is our weekly Survivor discussion. Survivor Season 43, Episode 3. We're going to break it all down, talk all about it. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. You can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/PaperMoreProductions. You can email the show directly, papermoreproductions@gmail.com. And share the post, tell your friends. And we'll get started here in just a moment. Obviously, you can comment away, tell us what you think. Gonna have doing things a little differently. Gonna do this now that Survivor's on at 8 till 9, and then Amazing Race on at 10 to 11. We'll try to record at least this episode. We're recording right after the show, and then we'll try to do the Amazing Race one immediately following that episode as well, so we can get both out to you within a day or so of them actually airing. So be sure to subscribe so you get everything. We're gonna again try to get them out as soon as possible with the scheduling. Who knows how it's gonna go? I rue the day I miss a Wednesday because I'm gonna be so far behind. It's gonna be impossible to catch up. But we'll see what happens, and that's going to happen at some point before the season's over. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But be sure to subscribe so you get it all, so you don't have to worry about it. Let's go ahead and bring in my guest this week. She's the co-host of the Amazing Race show, and she's here to watch this episode of Survivor with us. And it's the first time on since the preview show, since the cast preview. So let's go ahead and bring in Jessica. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, thank you for being here.
Oh, you are so welcome that I graced you with my presence.
I know. Well, I'm going to let you kind of run with the Amazing Race show going, I think, this week. So it's going to be all you. I'm just going to be sitting back here and just enjoying letting you do your thing. So let's go ahead, and you may hear Bailey or Selena make their presence felt, but that's okay.
No.
So, Jessica, let's go ahead and get started here. You ready?
I'm as ready as I will be tonight, yes.
All right, great. So tell us about how you think about the episode of the season so far.
So it hasn't been as bad as I was anticipating. However, you know how I feel about it. It's still... Reality TV has never really been my cup of tea, but some of the seasons that we've watched of this, I've gotten into it. I like the people. I'm half and half maybe with this season with the people and how I like them or don't like them or whatever, but, everybody's not going to like everybody and all that. But tonight's episode was fine. Got a little bit excited for certain people, so that was good, and it was fine. I didn't fall asleep.
That's good,
yeah. It wasn't that bad.
I think they're trying to edit it better. Obviously, after season 41 was such a dumpster fire, they're trying to, kind of keep it more to gameplay rather than social stuff.
Right.
And so I think that's a big thing that they're trying to do. So hopefully they keep that up. So far, it's been a decent season. It's been, women have won back-to-back seasons, and it's not looking too good for women because they're down to only 6 left out of 9 men. So not looking too good so far, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll see.
Let's go. So what we always do, as you know, Jessica, and as the listeners who are regular listeners know, we do the 3 moments that matters. We take the 3 most important moments of the episode, talk about them. You kind of explain what happened, and then I'll kind of come in with a little bit of a bigger perspective on it. Higher perspective. You get more than dig into it. We'll talk about who did not survive this week, what they did wrong, and we'll talk about the 3 players who had the worst week, 3 players who had the best week, and it could be week, it could be overall. But we'll talk about it here. So, let's go ahead and dive in. Jessica, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and start with what?
Moment that mattered. Number 1, Carla's choice, not to be confused with Sophie's choice.
Exactly. I was hoping you were going to get the pun. I was hoping you were going to get the reference.
I know.
Okay, good.
I'm not stupid. I was not born yesterday. I was born 29 years ago.
Oh yeah, me too. I was born 13 years ago. So.
Yeah, me too. 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So you do have two of the 2.5 brains, so that makes sense.
I do. Okay. Yeah, I know.
So not to be confused, and there's a little bit of a rhyming and punny shit I have going on here. But anyways, what was Carla's choice?
So Carla decided to go idol hunting because what was it? What is my person's name that I forget all the time? Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan. I don't know. Ryan and 2 of the girls, I don't know names that well.
Yeah, it was Ryan, Cassidy, and Lindsay.
Thank you. They decided to go swimming. James decided he was going to take a nap, even though he did say he was going to go idol hunting before.
And it's his birthday.
And it's his birthday. But she decided to take that take that opportunity. Thank you. To go look for idols, and she's pretty damn good at it. I mean, they edit, obviously, but she found a random tree, a little funky, was looking around. They show that the idol was above her head, and then she decided to look up, and she did look up. So she found the Beware Advantage, and she contemplated, and she put it back. She went back to talk to James and kind of poke around to see his opinion. What if he were to find a Beware Advantage? Would he take it or would he leave it? And I think he said he would have just had to decide too. He was unsure and everything. So she thought about it. She went back, took the Beware Advantage, which we now are finding out that the Beware Advantage is the same for everybody, which I don't know if I like or dislike than last season. It's whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
So, she had to swindle everybody for their beads, and it was a little harder for her to do it than Cody. But she did manage to get her beads by swapping certain things. She gave away her earrings for beads, anything like that. The only struggle was with Ryan at first, but she remembered about his girlfriend and him wanting to gather stuff for her that are turquoise, and was able to trade away, I just think, some of her turquoise beads for the bead that she needed from him. And it all worked out for her.
It did. And like I said, I mean, I don't know if I like it better than the sentences stuff. I really don't know. But I know that, I guess, I don't know. It could go either way for me. I'm interested now, though. Let's say, for example, right? Let's say, because now she found it. Let's say the L team finds it. Mm-hmm. And they don't have 5 beads because one we have already. So now what do you do?
I'm sure they have to adjust it
They
because
do, yeah.
I think with the other team, though, they didn't have all 5 players either.
But they did
only had
for
6.
the vote.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to adjust it, obviously.
Yeah. So that's we'll see how
it's
that goes.
based off of what's on each bag, so they know based off of who was out, what bag left.
True story. Yeah, and obviously Gabler has one that's still good for one more vote.
Right.
So as we found out,
Should never have started this with Bailey.
so Bailey's getting his draft stuff right now.
Being a little crazy dog, but
All right.
anyways.
Anyway, so that was Sophie's choice, aka Carla's choice.
Yes.
What is next?
Red's choke.
Red's choke. Yeah. So they had the victory right in their hands, and they choked it away.
Yeah, I don't know why I was so confused by that, but okay, yeah, they choked.
So what happened?
They do not do well at puzzles. Well, apparently we find out that NECA was really adamant about doing the puzzle part, and Noelle did the diving and got the keys to get the puzzle pieces out, but they couldn't pull it off. They started struggling a lot with the puzzle and couldn't finish it before the other team.
And they seem like they got there kind of in first. I mean, maybe Yellow was first, but I think Red was the first one to the puzzle.
Jeff said that they lost. Yeah, they lost their lead.
Yeah, and I think NECA was very adamant about doing the puzzle because she's not good at the physical part of it, so she has to contribute somehow.
Right.
And so she may not be that great at the puzzles, but she has to say that she's good at the puzzles because she has to contribute somehow.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, though, if she were to go first, if she can swim decently, if she were to start it off, the rest probably could have picked it up for her and been okay, but I know.
And one thing about being in the hero position, which is like that one, or the person who has to land the ball, or the person who has to do the balancing part or whatever, the dexterity part, that person has to be calm under pressure. Yeah. And NECA's not, and Jesse's really not either.
Yeah.
And I remember when David Wright, when David Wright was doing the first challenge, I think he did the first immunity challenge of his season, his first season, and he could have done the puzzle with his blindfolded with his arms tied behind his back and done it, but he was nervous. He was very, very nervous.
Yeah.
And he messed it up.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree much that Jesse isn't, accustomed to pressure. I mean, he was in a gang.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, he was around lots of pressure, peer pressure, whatever.
I mean,
I know what you mean.
It's different kind of pressure, though.
Yeah.
And he said, Jeff starts talking to him, he gets nervous, and it's just one of those things. So.
Right.
But anyways, so they had a lead. They were the first place team to finish, or to get to the puzzle, and then they finished last, and it wasn't close.
Right. Yeah, that's true. They stood there and watched as, the Coco team finished their puzzle.
Yeah, so the blue team was second, and the yellow team got done right away.
Yeah.
And they were so amped, they left the puzzle there, and Red Vessi, I guess that is right. Vessi was just like Jesse and Vessi. Vessi was just was looking over at Yellow's puzzle, trying to see how they did it. It's like, I mean, I know you're looking at the box for instructions, but you know what I mean? Look at what it looks like on the box, but I mean,
right, that's cheating too.
Well, it is, but if look at what you're doing, because I mean, it's not like it should be that complicated. If you need an example, you're probably in trouble.
You just keep moving puzzles around or puzzle pieces around and see where they fit.
Right, and if you're not good at that, then that's your problem. But it's you can't do that.
Right, exactly.
So, what is next?
Journey Chance.
Yeah, so Journey Chance. So what was that?
So at the end of the challenge, immunity challenge, Jeff had the winning team pick one person basically from each tribe to go on that journey to the, what do we even call it? The island, whatever island that is.
Whatever it is. Little hill up.
Yeah. So they went to the island to take a journey. They had to walk through a path through the forest, bonding, getting to know each other, helping each other. And then they had to go make a choice. Kind of like the last one, except like we said, it's a different location this time. Maybe they're going to change it up every time. Who knows? But they get there. Who is it? It was Noelle, James.
And
Owen. Thank you. To go there. And they all seem to, get along pretty well. Noelle basically pledged her allegiance to them if they made it through to the merge, and that she would have their back, and that they're going to be a group of 3. And they liked that, and I think that helped to win Owen and James over, because when they got to that point, they knew Noelle was going to tribal. She really needed some sort of advantage to help her out, so they didn't risk, and she risked her vote. Vote, I guess. And obviously she knew she was going to be the only one that was doing it, so she got a steal a vote advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. So, perfect. And, and she was, I think part of the reason they trusted her, they opened up to her, is because she told them that, hey, I was on the bottom of the vote, I'm probably next, blah, blah, blah. So they're like, well, you told us who's kind of in charge, who's running the show, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And so they said, well, use this to take out somebody take out somebody big.
Right.
And she, of course, did not. But
she did what she needed to do.
She survived. And that was what was the most important thing.
Right.
So, cool. Speaking of who did not survive, Jessica, who did not survive this week?
I won't survive.
Exactly.
So Nneka did not survive.
And what did she do wrong?
Well, she wasn't good at puzzles. They didn't feel she contributed enough. And obviously, they went to tribal twice in a row. So I wouldn't say she didn't necessarily think anything specifically wrong, except she just wasn't good at the immunity challenges where they needed to be good. They needed to win that immunity to get them further. She was very social. She got along. She had a really good, close relationship with Cody and Jesse, but she just didn't have enough for them to keep her to actually have them win the next time. They had to get rid of somebody that was kind of holding them back.
For sure, I agree. And I think the only other thing I would add to that, it's one of those things where if you're just not good in challenges, that hurts. But if you're not good in challenges, you also can get yourself out of it if you are flexible and you scheme and plot, right? So, for example, she was, Noelle doesn't have great bonds with really anybody. I mean, maybe other than Dwight.
Right.
But also that means that, if Noelle did survive though, right? Did survive the vote, whereas Nneka did not survive the vote. So if Noelle's not friends with you, well, if you're a target, maybe go work with, Noelle and Dwight and flip it over on Cody or Jesse, right? I mean, she want to be loyal, and that's great. And if she goes over to work with Noelle and Dwight, she probably still goes. They probably still vote her out because they don't trust her.
Yeah.
But if but she didn't have that option to work with Dwight and Noelle because she didn't have that relationship with them.
No, and I mean, Noelle really didn't have much to do with this vote because it was all up to Cody and Jesse whether they were ready to flip on Nneka or not.
Exactly.
I mean, because you saw the pain in their eyes having to do it when she knew she was leaving. So it's like, it wasn't easy for them, but they realized at this point, like, they're not winning, and it's a big part because of her.
Yep, absolutely. You're completely right. I said, I mean, Noelle, maybe Nneka could have maneuvered somewhere, but the fact of the matter is she was really not good at challenges, and they were losing, and they needed to stop losing, so she became expendable. It's really hard if you're the person who's costing your team.
Right.
And even though she did have good bonds, they did want to keep her. She was really in a tough spot, and said she maybe could have maneuvered and negotiated to get out of that spot, but at the end of the day, when your team wants to win and you're the clear and obvious one who's costing them to lose. I said before, I think I said last week, I said, Jesse and Cody. Jesse wants to take Cody and Nneka in the end because he beat them, but it's really hard to get one person in the end, let alone 3.
Yeah.
So time to cut bait and move on.
I mean, Nneka was just out of buffers. She was the last one. She had no buffer to say, well, I'm not doing something, but neither is this person. Like, it was it.
Right, and she said, she's very inspired by Noelle and everything, and Noelle did all that she did a really good job in the challenge with only one leg.
Right.
They said she held her own where Nneka couldn't, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think you're right though. I think you definitely nailed that one. What else?
I think that's it.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and top out the bottom 3 for the week. Who had the three that did the worst? Start with number 1, no particular order.
Ellie.
Ellie, yeah, Ellie had a really bad week. What happened with her?
Ellie. Because she thinks people are she thinks she's smarter than people. I just don't like the attitude. And we had this last season with not Lindsay. What was her name?
Yeah.
The other psychiatrist. I can't remember her name.
God.
I thought Lindsay was the other blonde, but it's not Lindsay.
No, not Lindsay.
But anyways, the one from last season, the psychiatrist, like they all kind of come in with an attitude that they're smarter than other people. And you can see this with her, and she just, she thought Gabler was stupid and was trying to see if he knew if his advantage was still good. It's an idol, yeah. His idol was good still, or if it was null because there was another immunity challenge, and if he's going or not or whatever.
Right. So it was for 2 trail councils. Was it for 2 of his or 2 of? 2 total.
2 total, right. So he knew it was 2 total. She tried to say something about, like, she wanted to disperse the beads of that bracelet to make other fake immunities, which is the weirdest thing to say to somebody. Like, why does the whole tribe want to make fake immunity with each other? But whatever, I digress.
Yeah.
And he played stupid and said, oh, no, yeah, it's not good anymore. I want to keep it for my daughter as a graduation gift. So she thinks that he doesn't know that it's still good, but she thought she was the smarter one out of that.
Yeah, and she wants to get rid of Gabler because he was laying around a lot. He hasn't been sleeping well. He's been hurting and that kind of thing. So she wants to get rid of him. So she wants to see if he was planning on playing his idol, And so if he wasn't planning on playing his idol, then she obviously would be able to vote him out. If he is planning on playing his idol, then you can't vote him out. So.
Right. I mean, this was in the beginning of the episode too, so they didn't know if they were going or not.
Right.
So it didn't
Right, for sure. Definitely. So then, by the way, the answer is Tori.
Tori, thank you, yes.
And I think her last name is Meehan, which is kind of funny because Dawn Meehan also played, and I think they're from a similar part of the world, the country, which is funny, but I don't think they're related.
But she would have said if they were related.
Yeah, she said if her mom was 2 times smarter player, she'd say it.
Yeah.
But then again, Dawn has like 75 kids, so it could be like one of her kids or something. Or one of her freaking kids' friends or whatever. Anyways.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyways, so
Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie. And Ellie also reminds me, and this is kind of my perspective on it. Ellie reminds me a lot of. I think actually might be also be Elizabeth, who's also her name, and she kind of looks like her a little bit from season 32, which was Aubrey's season. Because again, all these people come in who are super smart, and they just think people are just gonna fall in line because they're super smart.
Right.
And like that's what that I think it was Elizabeth. I think that was her name. She dated Stephen Fishbach for a while. She was like talking about how we're super smart, they're just gonna fall in line. Yeah, it was Liz. Yeah, and she said they're all gonna fall in line because we're the smartest ones and we're gonna take the dumb ones to join us and blah blah. And the dumb ones were actually way smarter than they gave them credit for, and it just completely fell apart. And she was out third. So I think Ellie's got a little bit more trajectory, a little bit longer trajectory, just because of the fact that she's her tribe's been winning. Seems like she's a little bigger character, so maybe she'll last a little bit longer. But I mean, it seems like the guys are just picking off the girls one by one. And it's going to be pretty kind of a bloodletting, I feel like, for the women. But
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like Ellie thinks she's smart, and she may be smart, but she's acting like she's the smartest one, where she's not really looking at how other people are, what they know.
Oh, right. And
the guy's a doctor. I mean, doctor, he's a surgeon, right?
Yeah,
he's
something like that.
Heart valve surgeon. So it's like, a specialist. Yeah.
So yeah, and so I don't know if he even said that, or I mean, I don't know how I don't know if he's lied about his occupation. Cause how do you see something like that and be like, he looks like he's dumb because he got tattoos and everything, but if he's a heart valve specialist, he's not an idiot. Not at all. So how do you think
he's playing that role, which we'll talk about later.
Right, but even if he is playing that role, how do you think this guy's dumb? He's a heart surgeon.
Oh, I know.
I don't know. I know you're a psychiatrist or whatever, a counselor, but dude, you're not smarter than the freaking heart surgeon.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know it, but then again, a lot of counselors and psychiatrists, I think they're smartest people on earth. They all do. I know. So. I
know. I think we're good on Ellie.
Yeah, for sure. Who's on bottom? Also on the bottom.
Your boy Jesse.
Yeah, why Jesse?
So it's not that he's not in a good spot because he's still got Cody on his side, but it's because Noelle keeps bringing up how she was in the dark for the last vote and he controlled it and didn't want to get rid of NECA then, and then they got rid of her girl. So he just kind of has a target on his back still about the previous tribal council vote and the decision that he made because he was the swing vote.
And I think Dwight still wants to work with them. I feel like Dwight, they had a little bit of a falling out, but I think they're still okay.
I'm not sure, but
I don't know. I don't really know either.
Yeah.
And Cody, Cody really has nobody else now, so it's obviously got to be him.
Mm-hmm.
They're gotta be close.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I feel like if they're gonna do a vote steal or if there's an advantage that's played, I think Jesse could get knocked out. I think if he can get through a couple tribal councils, he'll be fine. Cause he'll get to a swap with to emerge, and he won't be as much of a target. But he's definitely running this tribe, and when you're running the tribe and the tribe's not doing well, you could be in big trouble.
Yeah.
I remember that happened on the Oolong tribe back in season 10. The person who picked the tribe, they lost every tribal council, and they're like, you're the person who put the tribe together. You're the person who literally picked the tribe. Mm-hmm. And we're losing like crazy. It's time for you to go.
Right.
And, that is, I think it could be Jesse's, when you put yourself out in front, you better, you could be a target of an advantage or a bullet.
Yeah.
So.
Sure.
And he would know stuff about bullets because he's in a gang.
He was in a gang, yes.
Who else is in the bottom 3?
James.
Yeah, why James? This is a tough one.
I mean, really just because he kind of outright said, well, I think I'm going to go idol hunting because it's my birthday. And it's like, you don't really want to even put that target on your back. I forgot who was talking that, they didn't want to say anything about Cassidy. Yeah, that they didn't want to say anything about doing that. Like, everybody's going to staying around camp. And, as soon as you go away alone, everybody's talking. So, I mean, in my eyes, that's the only reason he'd be on the bottom, because he put that target outright on his back by saying he's going to go look. Not that he did, but
no, and
he got smart.
Yeah, I know where Gio was. He must have been doing an interview or something when they went, because the 3 of them went off, and then he went to sleep, and Gio was nowhere to be found. So he must have been doing an interview or taking a shit.
Right.
Either one, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's why he's here. I think he's in a good spot. I think if they go to they go to a tribal council, it'll be the 3 women and him probably together. Mm-hmm. And then Carla likes Gio, so maybe so the odd man out right now is Ryan. But I think him saying that, it's just like, oh man, like just don't. And then of course they're all doing stuff. He just wants to sleep. And it's like, don't sleep. Mm-hmm. You don't sleep. If everybody else is going to sleep, then you close your eyes and pretend to sleep. Mm-hmm. But you don't sleep. Like, ever. Yeah. I mean, obviously I say, sleep for 15 days, but I don't mean literally sleep. I mean build relationships.
Yeah.
So I just think it's, he doesn't seem to be really playing the game, and obviously he's, building bonds, and the women like him, that's great, but I just don't think he's in a particularly great spot just based on that.
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's just there. I don't think he's in a good spot. I don't think you're really in a terrible spot. He's just playing.
Yeah, and it was a dumb comment. It's like, I want to go look for idols for my birthday. It's like, who are you, Rodney? Rodney on season 30 is like, I don't want to do dishes for my damn birthday.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, they're all out there having a feast. I'm washing dishes on my damn birthday.
Oh, I'd be that way too.
Yeah. Well, so
screw that.
He was pissed. He got firewood and threw it against the tree because he was angry. And then at the finale, Jeff gave him a birthday hat and a cake.
Good. I want one too. Damn it.
He's like nobody loves their birthday more than Rodney. So Rodney, happy birthday.
I mean, you underestimate how much I love my birthday. I'm just joking.
Well, but you're gonna be 29 again. You go out there and
And again and again and again and again.
Exactly. So that's I said. James isn't doing bad. He's actually probably in a better spot than most people, but he is, and Bailey certainly agrees.
Yeah.
But I think he's in a better spot than most people. But he made a couple stupid comments this week, and he's just, I don't know. I don't see winner coming from him, and he kind of took a little bit of a step back in my mind today.
Probably, yeah.
Other than that, let's go and talk about the top 3. This is in order. So it's in order, starting with number 3.
Number 3 is Gabler.
Gabler, yeah, Mike Gabler. So why is he here?
Because now he is playing a character that he's this stupid hillbilly and doesn't know what the heck is going on. Instead, he's really smart, and he's got what's the guy's name working for him on the other side? Alex? Is it Alex?
Owen and Sammy?
Sammy, thank you, Sammy. I don't know where Alex came from, but Sammy kind of working with him on the other side, and got him that insight into how Ellie thinks about him.
Yeah, and obviously Sammy's playing both sides really well, and I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I don't know how I don't know how I feel about that, but he's Sammy's been definitely playing both sides of the fence, and I think Sammy's kind of letting Ellie feel like she's in charge, but I think Sammy's actually one who can make the decision. He's kind of the swing vote.
Although Sammy's a little emotional though too about stuff,
Well,
so
yeah,
sometimes
he's 19.
I know
mature.
he's 19 and he's young, and that's why I feel like I get a little nervous sometimes when he's like that.
Oh, he's definitely mature, and I said I don't see anybody want to give him a 19-year-old money. Obviously, he says he's 22, so that'll help. And he certainly can win, but I don't know. We're talking about Gabler, not Sammy, but I just feel like Gabler is playing a role, and he's not been doing great physically. He's been kind of getting worn out and trying to save his energy for the challenges and that kind of stuff, which I get. But I don't know. We'll see how Gabler does. He had a good week this week. I still think he's the number one on his tribe. I don't think he's the best person on his tribe. I don't think he's in a fantastic spot necessarily. But he's
got allies though.
He does.
He has people working for him, and I don't necessarily think Ellie is the number one on their tribe either. I think she thinks she is. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I think Ellie thinks she is, but I think Sammy really is.
Yeah.
And I think Sammy wants to keep. He likes Owen. He likes Gabler, and I think Gabler is gonna be. He's got the idol for one more vote and everything. So we'll see. I think Gabler is still in a pretty decent spot though, just considering. But again, he hasn't been doing a ton on campus, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean, they don't necessarily have to, but I know as long as he's got someone keeping him, and I think it'll be good if he plays the card like he's dumb and he's actually not.
Absolutely, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be really huge for him.
Yeah.
To play that role, and once your camp's established, you really don't need to do a ton anyways. Just keep the fire going.
Right.
So anyways,
if you have Flint still, but anyways.
And he was Red King using the freaking Flint because Jeff takes the Flint because. That's a stupid thing. That's so stupid. Idiotic.
Stupid.
Anyways.
Yes. Number 2
on the top 3.
Carla.
And she's been on the top 3 the whole time. She's really playing a good game. She found the idol. She got the stuff she needed to get the idol to work. Right? So that helps. And one thing that's different, I will say I like better than the sentences, the phrases, is, well, I guess the people who also had to do the bead thing are gonna know about the bead thing, right? So, last season, everybody knew who had all the idols because they all were saying the phrases.
But people had to figure that out unless their tribe kind of shared it with them.
Right.
The thing I think they didn't do it like that this year is because they saw the previous season, so they already knew about it.
Yeah.
So it worked for the past 2 because the first one had it and then the second one didn't see it.
Right.
So I do think that they're going to change it every 2 seasons, how the advantage works. At least I hope, because if people know about it going into it already, it's just...
Well, it's like Joe Millionaire,
work.
right? You can't do Joe Millionaire twice because you know the twist.
Yeah.
And they did it 3 times, which is stupid. But I mean, so and I think that's right. And also, you're gonna be like, hey, did anybody come around and ask you for beads?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's that'll get outed eventually.
Yeah.
And they also I think they also realized the last 2 seasons very few idols were played or played correctly because everybody knew who had them.
Well, yeah, so you couldn't play them.
It's hard to play them.
I kind of just wish they'd go back to the old way with the idols, to be honest.
Yeah,
just hiding them.
Make it too complicated.
Yeah, it's just simple. It's an idol. Use the idol. It expires after so much, or you have it the whole time, whatever. But oh man.
Here's a thought. I just saw this just now.
Okay.
What if when you go to the thing, right? You go to, let's say you go to on the journey. You don't get anything for yourself, but you can send a clue or an advantage to somebody back at camp.
Yeah, I mean that'd be fine too.
Or hey, risk your vote. But you're not risking your vote; you're risking your tribe mate's vote. So you can screw your tribe mate or give him an advantage. Like your ally, it's like you're picking your ally, or you're picking your.
Yeah, that one might be more complicated to do that, but we won't go down the rabbit hole. I just feel like the idols have been made to be something not as clear as it should be, and it just needs to be simple.
I agree. A lot of simpletons here.
Yeah.
But Carla, again, she got the idol. I think she's the best out of anybody in the tribe. She's been doing really well. I like the fact that she didn't take it at first. I probably still wouldn't have taken it because when you don't need it, don't get it just to have it. I mean, like Drea last season had 7 advantages. People everybody knew she had all these advantages. She didn't even need them.
Yeah.
But having them put a target on her, right? So I think that could be a problem for Carla if she's all of a sudden, she gets to a swap or a merge. And I was like, did somebody ask you for beads? Like, yeah, Carla did. Oh, and now everybody thought good things about her. Now she's sneaky.
if they think about it. Because, I mean, if they don't really think anything of it, what was it? Cody wanted to make a hat. And he had talked about it, I guess, previously that he wanted to make a hat. So he wanted to decorate the hat. And then Carla, I don't really because of her wife's birthday or whatnot.
Yeah.
She wanted beads for her wife. Like, that stuff's so simple that people wouldn't think about it. And, I mean, what else can you take home
and
from
you're bored
this?
and out there.
Yeah,
and whatever.
so I don't think people are even going to think about it.
But that being said, if like people on the other tribes are like, hey, this is something that happened in our tribe, that happened on your tribe too, like,
yeah.
oh no, you mentioned so it's one of those things that they can plant that seed.
Could, yeah.
But so that could make a target for Carla. But as of right now, she's been doing really well. I think she maybe had the best overall game so far.
Yeah.
I said having that, I don't like that she necessarily took the beware advantage. I probably wouldn't, but it's like it's
worked out for
it's got $20 in your pocket. It's burning a hole in your pocket. You knowing that's there, and you're the only one who knows it's there. It's like I gotta use it.
I don't know that feeling.
No, not at all. No, but like you said though too, you did say if she can go there and keep an eye on every couple hours to see if it's still there, and if it's not, somebody took it, and now you're.
Yeah, now you have to figure out who in your tribe has it. Oh, well, you'll know once they start asking you for the bead, and then you can say.
Well, you don't know about the bead thing, but
no.
necessarily.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But
you might think something of it.
You might think something of it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And then finally, player of the week this week. This was obvious because she had a really big week. Not a great overall season so far for her, but she had a really good episode. Who is it?
Noelle.
Noelle, yeah. Why her?
No.
Noelle.
No, exactly.
Noelle. Not
well,
yet, Jessica.
I know. Almost. We're getting there. So Noelle, I mean, I can't say that the vote worked out in her favor. I mean, it did, but she had no control over that because she came back right before the vote. So, I mean, in a way, I guess they listened to what she wanted to do last time, what she was trying to say last time. So the vote went her way. I mean, she did get to go on this journey, though, and get the steal a vote, which is the only thing that really went for her this week. Besides, I mean, she did well in the challenge herself, but she got the steal a vote for anybody on her tribe.
Yeah, she built that the cross tribal alliance. Maybe perhaps we'll see how that works out. That who knows. But also, I think I think part of it is going to be that she got that advantage. She told only Dwight. And, it was funny. They asked, she felt 50% confident. Everybody else felt 90 or 100% confident.
Yeah.
And obviously, she's the one who wasn't, one of them was wrong because one of them went out.
I thought she was saying that, though, to hoodwink everybody, and then she was going to steal the vote.
I did too. And
but
she obviously, she knew, I guess she had a good enough feel for who was going out. She didn't need to do it. They told her, hey, use this to get rid of somebody strong.
Yeah.
She didn't do that. She took out NECA. But now she has it going forward, and we'll see. And if they do lose again, I mean, since it's a steal a vote, you can use it really anytime because it's effective anytime. So you're just literally taking somebody's vote and replacing it with your own vote. Right? If it's like a vote block or an extra vote, it's not as powerful because an extra vote, you just add a vote on.
Right.
Vote block maybe can help, but it's still, like, this is taking, if you're down 3-2 in the numbers, now you're up 3-2.
Right.
Right? Because you're just swapping somebody's vote for yours. So that is really powerful. And so if she does go to another tribal council, it's easy. You just steal Cody's vote and vote out Jesse.
Yeah.
Because Cody has the idol, you can't vote him anyways. But you steal, or you split it on him, or whatever you do.
They don't know Cody has an idol.
That's true. They don't know that.
They have no idea.
That's true. So then she could steal Jesse's vote and put one on Cody, one on Jesse, and either way.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if they were to think that hard about it. But yeah.
So either way.
Yeah.
So. Either way, but I think Noelle had the best week this week. I still don't think she's in the best spot, but that is a powerful advantage, and she made a cross-tribal alliance, so she should be good for these couple votes.
Right.
Overall, it was interesting and a good episode for her overall.
Yeah. Promised many leg jokes all the time.
Yeah, we haven't heard them.
Getting these leg jokes.
Yeah, it's like, don't tell me you're funny, just be funny.
I know.
Don't tell me
I've made more leg jokes than she has made so far.
Right. Make it's obviously, but it's like, don't tell me, hey, I got lots of jokes. Tell me jokes.
Right. And what did she say about hiding idols up her sleeve, or basically? And I'm like, no. And her foot thing, like she said, her foot shell, like she said she had. So
yeah, she said everybody
can. Got the perfect place to hide.
Well, right, and she does. She said, hey, you guys can check my bag, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't have anything. But she had it in her foot.
No
Chill.
one's gonna check her leg. No one's gonna be a jerk enough to be like,
Take your leg off."
your leg off and let me look in there. Like, no one's gonna do that. Although, if I was on there, I probably would, because after seeing this, I'd be like, I want to check your leg.
Yeah, it was like it was one of the best. Like I thought that Kelly Kim on season 39 had the best ever hiding spot of an idol. She hid it in her hair, like tied it up in her hair.
Yeah.
But this is better. If you have a fake leg,
yeah.
you hide your fake leg, hide your fake leg.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. If you have a fake leg, use that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So other than that, on that note, don't cancel me, YouTube. Okay.
No.
She's making leg jokes too, not just me.
Yeah.
I mean, Noelle is about herself, so it's fine.
Yes.
Anything else, Jessica?
No, I
Noelle?
don't think so. No
Okay.
more. No.
Perfect. Well, thanks for being a part of the show, Jessica. I appreciate it.
You are so welcome. You're welcome for my presence
Yeah.
on this episode.
Thank you. The ratings will go way up now because of you.
Probably.
Obviously, we'll have somebody next week. Maybe we'll be back again. Maybe it'll be somebody else. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I'm a delight. So.
Yeah, Jessica will be on it occasionally throughout the season. But this was worked out that we could get her on, so I'm glad we did. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. You can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/PaperRoadProductions. You can also email the show directly to PaperRoadProductions@gmail.com. Share the post, tell your friends. Obviously, if you have other friends who are Survivor fans, let them know that we are looking for guests, so that maybe they can pop up on an episode. We'd love to have them. And obviously, if other people like the show, other fans of the show, let them know about the podcast so they can check it out. I think that's all I have for right now. I do appreciate everybody's time and everybody listening. And anything else, Jessica?
Nah.
No?
No.
Okay. Noelle.
No.
All right, great. Well, then I think that's it then. Keep it nice and tidy. Good 35, 40 minutes this week. And I like it in that range if we can. So thanks for everybody being a part of it. And until next time, I got nothing else for you because the tribe has spoken.